It's been the story of the first half, really. Mistakes at either end when the final ball has been delivered. Bellamy's persistence won the ball back for Norwich then. Fugelstad. By far the best effort, and it wasn't too far away. For all credit then to Craig Bellamy, just wouldn't give up. Shrugged Pickering off the ball, saw the challenge coming in, and did well to find Fugelstad. It's needed a moment of inspiration in this first half, and Eric Fugelstad and Craig Bellamy between them then produced it for Norwich. Segura. Now Fugelstad. Bellamy. Now Mills. But won back by Richard Forsyth. It'll have to be a solo run. But Jackson has released Forbes, and from defending Norwich are now very much attacking. It was a tremendous run by Adrian Forbes. The shot lacked any real pace or power, but the challenge when it came in was a vital one for Stoke City. Pickering is through here. On the back heel has set up McKenzie. Great save by Marshall. McKenzie holds his head in his hands. It was a very good break. It was a flick on by Stewart which released Pickering, and although he got the ball caught between his legs, he did have the presence of mind to flick it on towards McKenzie, but that was a good stop by Marshall. He's been inactive throughout, but when he was called upon, he did what he had to do, and that was a good save. McKenzie on the edge of the penalty area. Forsyth making a run, and he gets the header in on goal. Norwich making far more of the possession which they're enjoying in the second half. Pushing Sean Carey forward whenever possible. Tweed and Bellamy locking arms. Mills across to help Bellamy out. Now Forbes. Touched on by Roberts to Bellamy. Great challenge by Forsyth. Vital challenge for Stoke City as well. 20 minutes remaining, and Norwich City are ready to bring on their first substitute. It's Keith O'Neill. He's replacing Sean Carey, and this is O'Neill's first appearance since he broke a foot at Portsmouth on September the 2nd. It's been a long layoff, but Norwich really do need some inspiration from the Republic of Ireland international here. Grant to switch things and bring in first Fugelstad and then Segura. Fugelstad again. Bellamy. And O'Neill. Well, his arrival has certainly had the desired effect. Keith O'Neill just on as a substitute for Norwich City, taking full advantage of a good ball forward by Bellamy. Wins the corner off Tweed. Jackson in there, as is Segura. It'll be a goal kick. The first most positive header then was by Victor Segura, who's still looking for his first goal for Norwich. And the ricochet, when it did come back out to him, came off Ewan Roberts. O'Neill. Fugelstad. Roberts arriving. Tweed got there before him. Just the delivery which Ewan Roberts likes. Flying header, but Tweed, fairly burly customer himself, just able to get the ball clear. Norwich with Mills forward, Roberts in there. Muggleton, and the header off the goal line by Griffin. Goalkeeper unable to hang on to the ball at the first attempt. It was the header from Segura which ultimately tested Griffin, who was on the goal line. Goalkeeper should have collected this. He was under a bit of pressure, and he was grateful that Andrew Griffin was taking up that position on the post. Forward by Forbes. Roberts coming back from the offside position. But Thorne is onside, and he's clear through on Marshall here. Another excellent stop by Kevin Scott, who really has been one of Norwich City's outstanding performers this season. The long punt upfield, Thorne was onside, but Scott able to get back at him. Stoke have the corner. Tweed in the 6-yard area. Segura with a clearance. Only O'Neill forward for Norwich. There was a game which defences dominated, and it was a game which finished goalless. Norwich performed much better during the second 45 minutes. They'll be disappointed, though, that they haven't extended their winning run against a team who'd lost 5 consecutive games before today. All that Norwich will now want from Christmas is maximum points from games against Charlton away and Portsmouth here at Carrow Road. Final score then, Norwich City 0, Stoke City 0.
Yeah, of course I'm disappointed. Home game, you know, we're on a good run. But they were well organised, they defended ever so well. And we didn't play as well as we can anyway. In the first half particularly, I didn't think we passed the ball well enough. So if you don't pass the ball and play and move well enough, then you've got no chance of breaking them down. But we did come stronger at the end, and with a couple of the corners, several set pieces, we could have actually, you know, nicked it. But yeah, I mean, earlier in the season, I think we probably would have played maybe even better than that, but lost it. So that's important as well.
We've had chances again. I know Andy's made a great save for us, but we've hit the post twice, I think, and Ewan's had another one just gone over the bar. So we have made chances. Maybe we've had a little bit of luck in the last few weeks that have won us games and ran out today a little bit.
Overall, we're happy with the points. We had to stop the rot. 5 games on the trot now. Losing, you know, we knew we couldn't afford to lose today. It was a solid defensive performance from the lads, and we can go into Boxing Day against Sheffield now with a bit more confidence.
I really want to be in the starting lineup on Boxing Day. I have to prove to the manager, prove in training that I'm fit enough. I'm still about a yard off the pace really, but it's going to take 2 or 3 games before I really get back to the old Keith O'Neill. Hopefully everyone who's patient with me, I'll be back flying again.
Yeah, you could do with him flying, couldn't they? Because it wasn't a game of much incident, not one that's likely to stick in the memory very long, Lenny, but clean sheet never to be sneezed at.
No, it isn't, especially in my situation. I'd have been delighted with a 0-0 yesterday in retrospect. But no, they, you know, as he said, Mike Walker, you know, they might have lost it a couple of 3 weeks ago. They've got some good young players there. They've got some good prospects. I think they just, you know, I think they're making steady progress. And obviously, against a Stoke team that was determined not to lose again. And if you are a passing and moving side like we are and like Norwich are, if things are not quite right, it is difficult to break them down because you haven't got that option to boot it up in the air to a 6'4" centre forward and play from there. That option is never there. And if you can't play around them or through them, then it becomes difficult. That's what's happened to them.
You mentioned the youngsters, and Norwich have long been known for their youth system. Andy Marshall, the England under-21 international, he's been going well for them this season. They've stuck with him. Once or twice they could have dropped him, but he's been performing well for most of the time, and Mike Walker stuck by him.
Yeah, he could be there for 5 or 10 years. They've obviously taken the decision that he could be their goalie for the next 5 or 10 years, and they've decided to give him invaluable experience this year, obviously leaving out Brian Gunn. And, you know, he's holding his end up. I dare say he's made a few mistakes, but you know, the sooner they can get the experience into him, the better goalkeeper he'll be for it.
And yeah, important, of course, to give young keepers a chance,
Yes.
but a chance that that wasn't forced upon them. But in many ways, the other two that have come in have been. Craig Bellamy, the Welsh under-21 international, he's come in and performed creditably.
Yeah, he looks useful. Yeah, the last time I was here, we saw a clip of him scoring a goal, and he's another one that's come through their academy, as it were, together with the boy Forbes, and they keep producing them, and they look good prospects.
Yeah, Adrian Forbes, we've seen some forceful running from him throughout the matches that he's played, but it's Bellamy really the one who's captured their imagination perhaps a little bit more, and he's done extremely well this week. I think we see him scoring last week here against Huddersfield.
Goal
Bellamy.
scorers goals this one. He's gone right through the defence, he had a little bit of luck with a ricochet there, and the keeper's gone to ground, and he's tucked it away nicely. Yeah, I've seen a few clips of him and seen him once live, and he looks a real prospect. I think there'll be one or two Premiership sides casting envious glances in his direction in the not too distant future.
I think a few scouts have already been spotted at Carrow Road already. Norwich City 9 points away still from a playoff position. Are they genuine prospects, do you think? A long way to go, I suppose.
I think
isn't
they are a team that you would probably expect to finish between halfway and the playoff spots, but with a good run, especially in the last 8 or 10 games, could clinch a playoff spot. They would be slightly disappointed with their position as at today, I would guess.